So the scene starts in 1942 and we see this guy running to his master, telling him that the ops are coming and they all got switches, they're not playing around. And they hear Hydra pulling up, but these medicines decide to use a crane to break in. Like, brother, there is a door right there. There was no need for all that ruckus. And that's when Red Skull pulls up, and the reason why bro is there is because he's looking for the Tesseract. And the reason why he wants it is because he thinks he is him. Like, brother really thinks he's destined for greatness, but nah, bro's just an evil guy with an extreme god complex. And bro finds the Tesseract pretty easily, and he's astounded at what he's seeing right now. But bro was able to require the thing he came for, so he blows up the rest of the village and then dips out. But that's when we see a skinny Steve Rogers, and bro is trying to enlist in the war. But just look at how long his list of health issues is. And bro is extremely fragile, so obviously the doctor gets one good look at him and rejects bro. And honestly saves his life, because with a single gust of wind, brother will go flying. Imagine bullets raining down on him. Oh yeah, he is cooked. So my boy goes to watch a movie, but there's a guy talking crazy about the war footage being played, and y'all know Captain America don't play about his country. So he tells bro to shut his yap, and he did not like that. He gets up right away, and look at Steve. He knows he's about to get beat to a pulp. And I was not wrong at all, because the first thing we see after that scene is Steve getting absolutely violated, and he hits bro with his favorite line and tells him that he can do this all day. And brother, I respect the dog in you, but just stay down. There are zero hoes in sight to impress right now. You're just letting yourself get beat up for the love of the game. But that's when Bucky pulls up, and just look how dirty he did bro. He literally kicked his ass. But that's when Bucky presses Steve about trying to enlist again, and he's like, brother, we do not need you in the front lines. You will be a liability. But he tells Steve that he's shipping out to London tomorrow, and he wants to have fun on his last day. So he takes Steve to a surprise two-mans, and let's just say that it is not going to plan, because Steve's partner isn't even paying any attention to him. And my boy Steve tries to be a gentleman by offering her some popcorn, but she rudely declines. Like, bro, what is your issue? It's all good though, my boy will meet his queen real soon. But Steve sees another enlisting spot, so he goes to test his luck. But that's when Dr. Erskine walks in, and he starts naming each city that Steve has enlisted from, and bro thinks he's cooked, but the doctor tells him to relax. He is not in trouble, he just respects his heart. So just by that factor, he gave Steve his long-awaited wish and sent his little bro to death. So we see bro lined up ready for his first day of training, but that's when Agent Carter pulls up, and she is genuinely beautiful, bro. I'm not going to lie. But this bozo starts pestering my queen. I mean Agent Carter, but she does not let bro get away with that disrespect and pushes him straight in the jaw. Like, oh my goodness, she is beautiful and fearless. That's sensational. And that's when Colonel Phillips pulls up, and he starts talking about how they got the best men, but then he sees Steve and quickly redacts the statement he just made. And he's like, who brought this little child to my army base? I need answers right now. And we see my boy on a jog, and he is struggling right now. He's all the way in the back gasping for air. Like, brother, don't they know bro got asthma? But that's when the sergeant tells the other men if any of them can get the flag from the top of the pole, they can get a ride back. And none of them are successful. But that's when Steve comes in and just drops the pole onto the ground and grabs the flag, out here using his brain and not his muscles only. And this got Peggy cheesy. She is impressed by bro's IQ. And when Steve gets in the whip, he's like, what's good, baby? And they drive off. Like, bro really out here getting aura points like it's nothing. And we see Colonel Phillips asking Dr. Erskine if he's really considering Steve for the super soldier program, and Dr. Erskine's like, absolutely, that's my dog. So the colonel throws a dummy grenade, and everybody runs except Steve. He wasted zero time and goes straight for the grenade, out here showing these bozos why he is the chosen one. But we see Peggy and Steve making the way to the lab, where my boy is going to be turned into the white version of Larry Wheels. And when they get in the room, everybody's just staring at my boy. Hey bro, is this really the chosen one? He looks like my little brother. Well, I don't know, man, but we better pipe down, because if this experiment works, he might slam us on our cranium. So my boy Steve gets into the steroid chamber, and they start the experiment, and bro is one green light away from turning into the unincredible Hulk. But I digress. They lift the chamber up and start blasting bro with radiation, so the steroids really get to work. And bro is in complete agony right now, and Peggy yells at the doctor to shut it down, but Steve's like, nah, I am close to becoming a 6-foot-tall muscular blonde man. I cannot let this slip away from me. So they continue, and they are able to reach 100%, and that's when the chamber opens up, and bro is completely changed. And Peggy goes to Steve and is like, damn. And I saw her trying to touch bro's chest. She is not slick. But that's when Dr. Erskine sees a real suspicious looking guy, and the dude wastes zero time and blows up the booth to cause a diversion so he can steal one of the super soldier serums. And he shoots Dr. Erskine 2 times, and Steve goes to check on his boy, but but bro is at 5 HP right now, and he's just looking at Steve like, brother, I just turned you into a big blind man, you better get my get back. And Steve is looking furious right now, he's about to get it back in blood, and bro right here just violates his poor old woman like, bro, she did not do nothing. But anyways, he gets out of there and starts getting away, but that's when Peggy comes out and she is not playing around because she snipes the driver with a pistol. Like, that is some crazy accuracy, my baby is locked in. But bro gets into this taxi and starts driving straight towards Peggy, and I don't know what happened to her aimbot because dude is driving straight for her and she is somehow missing. Like, brother, lock in, what happened? But Steve is not about to let her queen get hurt and saves her from getting violated, and he starts chasing bro barefooted. Like, this dude is moving crazy right now, he's out here jumping over fences and doing parkour with driving cars. But thank goodness bro is the only superhero there, because if the Avengers were there with him, this simple mission would have caused mass destruction. But Steve jumps on the car and bro starts swerving crazy trying to get Steve out of there, but he is unsuccessful and crashes the whip. And when bro starts running away, he snatches up this poor kid, but Steve is able to catch up to this bozo and he tries to shoot him, but this dumbass is out of bullets, so he chucks the kid in the water. So Steve goes to check on the little boy and bro tells him that he can swim and to go get that criminal scum. So that's exactly what my boy does, and he dives straight into the water and somehow catches up to the submarine. Like, bro, how overpowered is this man? But anyways, he's able to get bro out the water and Steve starts pressing bro, asking him who he is. But this dude is so loyal that he consumes a pill and all he says is Hail Hydra. And Colonel Phillips is very upset that a Hydra agent was able to sneak into his facility, which is a very valid concern because how on earth did their main op make it in there with no issues? So he tells Peggy and Stark to pack up because they're going to spin the block on these balls. They're trying to get back for the doctor, and Steve is baffled on the fact that he is not included in this plan. And the colonel belittles Steve and tells him that he's just an experiment and will be sent somewhere else. And I'm honestly scratching my head on this decision making because he literally witnessed bro gain 100 pounds of pure muscle and he caught the Hydra agent. Like, what does bro need to do to prove himself? But that's when the senator tells Steve that the colonel is a nitwit and that he's seen Steve in action and can help him serve his country on the biggest battle of them all. And Steve says, absolutely, sign me up. And brother gets promoted to a circus clown, and we see bro doing his thing out here getting clout, making movies, and even attracting the ladies now. But they sent my boy to Italy, and my boy is struggling right now. The crowd do not mess with bro, and these men are like rabid dogs right now. They'd rather see the dancers instead of Captain America. Damn bro, they flamed your goofy ass out there. But after the amazing performance my boy just had, we see him chilling, and that's when Peggy pulls up and these two start talking for a little bit. And that's when she mentions that the audience he was trying to entertain was the remaining group of men of the 107, and that's the same group that his boy Bucky is in. So he runs to Colonel Phillips to ask him about his boy, and he tells Steve that that name does sound familiar. So Steve asks him what is the plan, and bro's response was winning the war. But that answer was not good enough for my boy Steve, so he packs up and gets ready for a rescue mission. And that's when Peggy tells him that she can help him get there a lot quicker, and we see Stark flying Cap to his destination, and they start getting shot at. So Cap, trying to impress his girl, he decides to jump out the plane right then and there. Like, bro, relax, she is not going nowhere. And Peggy is just looking at bro like, damn, this boy is dumb as hell. And we see Cap sneaking his way onto this truck, and he's welcomed by 2 Hydra soldiers. But bro is able to handle business quickly and quietly because no one suspected a single thing. But after sneaking his way through the base, Cap is able to reach the soldiers and freeze them. And Cap asks if anyone knows where Bucky's at, and bro right here tells him that they took him somewhere else and he's most likely cooked. But Cap does not care. He is not leaving that base until he finds his boy. It don't matter if he's dead or alive. Obviously, preferably alive, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. But that's when Red Skull sees the chaos that's happening outside and also sees Captain America violating his soldiers. So he sets a timer for the base to blow up, and Cap actually sees Dr. Zola running away, but he hears some coughing coming from a room, and that's when he finds Bucky strapped down, mumbling to himself like, bro, what type of Diddy actions did they perform on this poor guy? He is lost in the sauce. And these two are trying to find a way out of the base, and that's when Red Skull yells Cap's name, and bro starts glazing him. He's talking about how he loves his movies, but Cap does not want to hear it at all, and he's like, get off my schmeat, boy, and punches bro right in the face. But Red Skull is able to get some offense of his own, but Dr. Zola does not let these bozos run a fade. Like, bro, mind your own business. And that's when Red Skull takes off his face and embraces his new look, and I'm not gonna lie, that is truly a face that only a mother could love. But bro does all this talking just to run away like a chump, and we see the base start to collapse on itself. But Cap sees a metal door, but they gotta walk across a metal frame. Like, oh nah, I swear my anxiety would be going crazy right there. And Bucky's walking across and is able to make it, barely, because the frame fell as soon as he made it to the other side. But Cap is in a real pickle now and has no choice but to jump and to wish for the best, and the screen just gets filled with flames. We don't know if bro made it, but we see the colonel writing a letter to the senator informing him that Captain America has been missing and declared dead. And Peggy pulls up and the colonel starts flaming her shit for taking Cap to the Hydra base. But that's when they both hear some ruckus, and when they go to see what's going on, they see Captain America and all the men he saved pulling up. And this gets the colonel to finally give my boy his respect, because he walks shit down. And we see Steve and Bucky chopping it up, and that's when Peggy pulls up and the whole bar is astounded by her presence. But I do not blame them at all. She is looking as beautiful as ever in that red dress. Like, damn girl, give a young handsome Mexican like me a chance for real. Alright, my bad, I'll lock back in. And she tells Steve that Stark needs him, so Steve goes, and that's when the Snow Bunny gets all up on my boy. Like, bro, Steve really out here pulling left, right, and center, but my boy got zero idea how to handle this type of pressure. He's out here stressing, look at him. And that's when Peggy catches him lacking, but she handles the situation like a professional, tells him not to worry about it. Like, nah, brother is truly done for. He about to be in the doghouse for weeks. And Stark is showing Steve some options for his shield, but that's when my boy sees the one, and he asks Peggy what she thinks, and my boy thinks shit is sweet right now. He got that dumb smirk on his face. Like, brother, she caught you lacking, why are you smiling right now? And Peggy's like, the hell are you smiling at? And grabs his blicky and goes crazy. Got everyone in that room shook. But that's when we see my boy Cap suited up and strapped up, and we see Cap putting belt to ass on these bozos. They really out here dominating them. He got Red Skull crashing out right now. Bro, we are losing to a nitwit with a shield. Do you know how embarrassing that is? He's making us look like fools. Sir, I don't know what you want me to do. I only make the weapons. Please don't hurt me. I don't care, doctor. I want this man off my schmeat. Lock in. And we see Cap and his squad ziplining onto this train because Dr. Zola is in there. And bro is easy pickings. This is the easiest mission they will ever do in their life. And Cap and Bucky are able to get inside the train, but they get separated because they know that the power of friendship is too powerful. And that's when Cap sees bro right here and he starts shooting at him. But even though he got brother cornered, he is still missing. Like, how is that possible? And we see Dr. Zola, he's like, damn, I'm about to get violated. And that's when Cap and Bucky lock in and hit bro with a tag team finisher. But the big dude comes back for some more smoke and shoots at these two, sending Cap flying. And Bucky picks up the shield, but bro don't know how to use it, and he gets shot out the train, and he is literally hanging by a thread right now. And Cap sees his boy in danger. He cannot have that, so he knocks this dude out. Like, bro, why couldn't you do that earlier? Now your boy is in a real bad predicament. But anyways, Cap is trying to save Bucky, but he cannot reach him, and that's when bro falls to his death. Wink wink. You better crack Peggy for me. I got you, gang, I got you. And that's where my boy right here is able to get to Dr. Zola, and bro is genuinely terrified, as he should be though. He just made Captain America into a crash out demon. We see the colonel and the others discussing the game plan because Dr. Zola told the colonel the Red Skull's goal is to take over the whole world. And since Cap is on demon time right now, he says that their plan is to knock on their front door. So Cap starts making his way to the Hydra base, and that's when a bunch of soldiers start following my boy. But Cap is able to make light work of these bozos and is able to aura farm his way into the base. And Cap is throwing straight hands right now. Man, play that King Von right now. Cap blocks his shot and knees bro straight in the gut. And then bro violates his soldier by left hooking his shield right on his throat. Like, bro, this guy is not playing right now. But then bro right here decides to be a sacrificial lamb because Cap uppercuts bro into another galaxy. Set his goofy ass out of there. But Hydra has had enough of getting cooked by one man, and they trap my boy, and that's when they take his ass to Red Skull. And he asks Cap what makes him so special, and he's like, none bro, I'm just a chill guy for real. What? Shut your corny ass up. And Red Skull is sick and tired of the theatrics and is about to finish the job. But that's when Cap's team starts ziplining to them, and bro bolts out of there. He wants no part of the smoke. And we see the whole team start to invade the base. They are walking shit down right now. And Cap is currently chasing down Red Skull. But that's when one of the flamethrower guys pull up, but Peggy is locked in and gets rid of bro. Did his ass dirty for real. And Cap is like, haha, thank you, baby. And he was about to smooch her, but then she tells him to lock in. The mission is not done yet. And Red Skull is able to get on his spaceship, and bro is heading straight for New York, cause he knows that in this universe, New York is like 2012 Chicago. It is straight chaos over there. And this dude really trying to catch up to a whole plane. Like, brother, there are limitations even for you. And bro quickly figured that out. But lucky for him, the Colonel and Peggy are locked in and pull up with Red Skull's whip. And they're able to catch up to the spaceship. And before Cap goes to beat some ass, Peggy gives him a little smooch and tells him not to take too long. But little does she know. And Cap is able to get on the spaceship and he sees all the bombs. And he's like, man, I gotta lock in. This dude is trying to blow up my city. I cannot let that happen. So after violating a couple more soldiers and almost dying, Cap is finally going head to head with his biggest op. And these two start throwing hands. And bro might be a part of Weave Nation because he was a centimeter away from getting decapitated. And that's when Red Skull starts putting paws on Cap. Got him looking like a complete fraud right now, cause bro is actually losing to Red Skull. Brother is a scientist that has super strength. That's all he has. Bro doesn't know how to properly throw hands. Here's an example. Look at that hook. That is fraudulent right there. But Cap finally does something and throws Red Skull to the pilot area, causing the ship to start nosediving. So they start throwing hands in the air and Cap is still getting his shit whooped. Like, bro, can you please lock in? You're making us look foolish right now. But that's when Red Skull straightens the ship and bro starts yapping about the power of the gods and how he's seen the future and how he's the one dancing with Peggy. And Cap says, hell nah, not on my watch. And he throws his shield straight at bro's gut, sending his ass flying into the Tesseract. And that's when Red Skull picks it up and he thinks he's about to get a crazy power up. But nah, bro just gets teleported to Vormir. It is over for him. But that's when Cap realizes that he's gonna have to crash this ship because there's just too many bombs on board. And Peggy is begging bro not to do this. It's not too late to start a family. But he tells her that it's his choice to be the sacrificial lamb. And that's when Steve crash lands the ship and Peggy loses connection of his radio and is left all alone. But my boy don't gotta worry because I will gladly take over as her dance partner. No problem, I got you. I will take care of her and keep her company through these hard times. But it skips to the war being won and we see the Colonel giving Peggy the documents to Steve when he was a frail little man. And then we go to some youngins playing as Captain America and that's where the movie ends. We see Steve opening his eyes and dude is baffled. Bro, aren't I supposed to be dead? What is going on here? And that's when this nurse comes in and she's trying to act all nonchalant. But Steve already knows that there's something fishy going on here. So he tells her the gig is up. He already knows it's a setup. And that's when two soldiers burst into the room. But bro makes easy work of them and makes his way out to Times Square. And he's like, what in the tarnations happened to this place? But that's when Nick Fury pulls up on bro and tells him that he's been sleeping for 70 years. But all bro is thinking about is the cheeks he missed out for 70 years. Like, brother, lock in. They're a bigger fish to fry. Like, for example, the economic state of the world.